Welcome back to my channel, Saving with Christina. Today I'm joined by my favorite person, and we're going to talk with you about one of our favorite games. So every year lately we've been playing the Saran Wrap ball game, and we have so much fun with it that we decided to share it with you guys. We're going to walk you through how to make it, how to play it, and some tips and tricks we've learned along the way. Tell me something that you love about this game.
I love that this can work for all ages.
Yeah, so this is fun because really you can tailor this however you want. You could make it an adults only game. You could tailor it towards little kids. You could even have two different games going, one for adults, one for kids, however you want to make it work. We've played it a number of different ways, but if you did like an adults only, you could do little alcohol bottles, which I've done before, playing cards. I have some Christmas theme like to-go flasks, a bottle opener. I mean, there's just so many different things you could do for adults only, and you could do like silly stuff too. You could incorporate serious stuff and silly stuff, however you want to make it work. Of course, we always include some candy because all ages love candy. All right, tell me something else you love about it.
I love that you can make the ball like as cheap or as expensive as you want. You can really tailor to how you want the theme of the ball.
So yeah, I mean, if you followed my channel, you know I typically get things for pennies on the dollar. So I would encourage you, if you want to make an elaborate game, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, watch some of my videos throughout the year because we pretty much collect this stuff throughout the year, which is another thing we love about it. So tell them like how we typically get the stuff for less money.
We usually, like she said, we get them throughout the year when she coupons, and then a lot of the years to get the Christmas stuff after Christmas when stuff goes 90% off at like Walgreens and CVS, we go and we buy a bunch of stuff to use in the ball the next year.
Yeah, so that is a really good piece of advice, is plan ahead. A lot of all of the Christmas items I think you see here are things that we've gotten 90% off at, like he said, CVS and Walgreens. We always team up and we go shopping and we're like, okay, this will work, this will work, this will work. And you can show them a few of the Christmassy things that we've gotten cheap over the years. And also, don't forget other holidays. Like, if y'all remember, if you follow my channel, after Father's Day, stuff went 90% off at Walgreens. So I got like this LED pocket tool, this magnetic sculpture, I don't know how you have this stuff set up here. I don't want to knock it all over. This little dartboard, all of it was 90% off. So literally we're paying like $1 or less for all of these items that you see. We go big, right? So when we're making this, I don't know if we'll use every single one of these items, but we're going to use quite a few because this is typically his gift to the family every year. And when do we normally play it?
We'll like usually play it like after Christmas dinner and after we open gifts and stuff.
So I think it's really fun tradition to, instead of focusing on gifts and what people are giving you, to play games. And so after Thanksgiving, we played Family Feud. And after Christmas, we typically play charades. And then we do the Saran Wrap ball. And it's just, I don't know, it's really fun to have like an activity that you can play with your family because it creates memories. And then what do we do after we play? Like if you get something you don't want, maybe.
You can trade with other family members.
Yeah, so I mean, not everyone's going to like all of this. Like if you're, not into nail polish and you get nail polish, maybe you trade it with your sister or your nephew's girlfriend or, whatever. You can, like at Halloween, you trade candy. Just trade it up, split it up, however you want to do it. What else am I forgetting?
Center of the ball.
Okay, so let's talk about some tips and tricks we've learned along the way. So one of the tips is the very best thing we typically put where?
In the center of the ball.
So, and be careful with this because the center of the ball kind of starts the shape of the ball. So you want to just be mindful of that. And this year we picked something squishy. We have this little adorable avocado because we can kind of squish him into any shape we want. And then we're gonna put a $10 bill on top of that. So the person who gets it at the very end will get this gift. And again, we're gonna show you how to make it here in just a minute. But another tip that we've learned along the way, if you're the one making the ball, it doesn't seem right to play, right? Because you know everything that's inside. So what's something that you could do instead?
You can pass it on between different family members, and everyone can have like 10 layers, something like that, where it's a surprise for everyone in the family.
So we actually haven't done that before. I made a game for a party I was having at the house. It was just adults. And I told my girlfriend who lived up the street, and she was like, oh, I have some really fun stuff. And so she brought some items down and wrapped it in the ball as well. So I think it's kind of cool, like if you can do that, like if you wrap 10 or 5 items, however you want to do it, then pass it off to the next family. Maybe they add 5 or 10 items and keep doing that. That could be a really neat twist on the game if you want. Now, what do we use to wrap it?
We use Saran wrap.
It's called a Saran wrap ball, so we wrap it with Saran wrap.
And we usually get a very big kind. It's over there. But instead of getting a bunch of these, because the big kind, it's much cheaper to buy in bulk. And then throughout the ball, we also use stuff like cling wrap if you want to make it very difficult.
Like the press and seal, because that stuff will really stick. So if you want to add different types of Saran wrap like that, that will help mix it up and maybe change people's cadence in unwrapping it. What else?
And if you have some leftovers after wrapping Christmas gifts, you can use spare sheets of Christmas wrapping. And one of my favorites that we use is toilet paper. It's very hard to get on the ball, but once it is, it's very fun to unwrap because it's like a shield, so you can't see everything that's in the ball if you have fun layers that you can't see through.
Yeah, so that's another thing. And again, this has progressed over the years as we made it. So instead of just wrapping with the cling wrap, we like to add in some opaque layers that you can't see through, like with tinfoil or toilet paper. Even that, what's it called? The press and seal is harder to see through than just regular cling wrap. Yes. What else did we say? Oh, so some people play it using oven mitts. We do not. We found that it's really difficult to play with oven mitts. But again, the beauty of this game is you can kind of mix it up however you want. Like if you want people to have to unwrap it with oven mitts, then make that your rule. If you want people to have to unwrap it with a blindfold on or standing on one foot, I mean, literally you can do whatever you want to do. We normally sit in a circle.
And if you don't want to make as big of a ball and you want to have a smaller ball, the oven mitts can make it take up more time and make it more fun. And you could even, like my mom was saying, you can tailor it so if you roll snake eyes, you can switch directions, stuff like that to really make it unique.
Yeah, it's a good idea. So if you want it to take a while, but you don't have a ton of money to spend on the ball, make it harder to unwrap it. I love it. Good idea. All right, so now we're going to pause and we are going to, what's it called? Time lapse the video, which he's going to have to help me with because I don't know how to do that. And we're going to make it for you and show you exactly how to do this. It is super crazy simple, but I think it might be kind of fun to watch how we put it together and kind of what we've learned over the years of making this ball. And then we'll walk you through exactly how to play it. So we're going to go ahead and start with our first item. A couple of things to remember is you don't want to use one continuous piece of Saran wrap. If you use multiple pieces and you roll in multiple directions, it's going to be harder to unwrap. So you want to use multiple pieces of Saran wrap. You can even do Saran wrap in between the items, because that means, not every piece you pull off, you're going to get a little reward. And as you're wrapping, you're going to try to keep it in as much of a circle shape as possible. We also line all of our items up before we get started because it just makes it easier in the wrapping process. And we just grab an item and go. Remember, the items you wrap first are going to be the last items that come out. And the items that you're wrapping last will be the first items to come out of the ball. Now we're going to talk about how to play the game. Again, you can make up whatever rules you want, but we're going to show you how we play. So you sit in a circle. One person starts with the ball, and the person to their right has the dice. So I will start by unwrapping the Saran wrap ball and keeping any of the items that I come across as I'm unwrapping. So one thing you want to know is you can only unwrap one layer at a time. You can't like dig into it and tear through multiple layers. So while I'm unwrapping, he's rolling these dice. If he gets doubles, he passes the dice off to the next person, and then it's his turn to unwrap the ball and keep the things that come out while he's unwrapping. Since there's only 2 of us, it's going to look a little bit different, but that's the gist. We're going to play really quick. That way you can see what it looks like. Are you ready? And of course, like any game, it doesn't matter what it is. I want to win. So we get really competitive when we play, right?
Yes.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Go. So if you want to have the person wearing oven mitts or whatever, how did you wrap this? You can.
Doubles.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Ah, doubles!
Stupid! Doubles!
Doubles! Apparently we're really good at... Ah, I got candy! Okay. Doubles! Oh, shoot. Doubles! Okay. He made this small one so we could play. Doubles! No! Shoot, I thought I had doubles. Nope. I got it! Doubles! Sometimes finding the end is the hardest part, which is why we suggest doing multiple layers. Oh, doubles! That was doubles. No! Is there only one more thing left?
Yep.
I must win! I must beat my child! No! That didn't sound right. I won! Okay. So, it's over. We have stopped. So, that is how you play the game. Super fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've played the game before, drop a comment on some of your favorite things that you've included in your Saran wrap ball, because the more ideas we have, the more fun it's going to be. Thanks, guys.